All right, guys, good morning. Happy Labor Day. Back on this project. Why the car is running, something has obviously changed. All the plugs are like all fouled out now. So I swapped to a backup distributor. First thing I did was I swapped the TFI module. That didn't seem to make a difference, although it did. The fuel pump wasn't constantly running, so that much. But I'm gonna try my backup distributor here. This one's fairly new. I didn't run it for very long before I went back to I got a used Motorcraft OEM one. And I still have the Motorcraft TFI. I can swap on here if I need to, but nonetheless, let's try this out. Something's going on with fouling out the plugs. And I just redropped the distributor, put in a fresh set of 3924s, and we'll see what that does. All right, guys, I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, guys, so we got the plug switched out. We got our backup distributor in, and we'll see if this does anything. Timing should be close, but we will fire it up and see where we're at. See if this does anything. Let's check if we still have proper, close the door so we can hear it. Let's check if we still have proper fuel pump priming. And you know what? Okay. Thought I had the battery switch off. Anyway, let's see. Okay, that prime proper. I guess I can try to bump the timing up some. But I don't know, I don't think it should be popping like that. And it was surging back and forth. Let's try to advance the timing a little bit. Let's see what that does. All right, guys, same thing. Bumped the timing up by hand and came out to check it. It was running fine. By the time I got the spout pulled out and went to go change the timing, it stalled out again and again, just like the power shut off. But this time the relays was clicking on and off again. So I don't know, maybe if it's something wrong with this ignition switch. That might be something to check out. Anyway, guys, let me know. I may throw in, I have my A9L. I may throw that in there and swap the computer and see if that makes any difference. Only take a couple minutes to try it out, so I may do that and get back to you. All right, thanks. All right, guys, got it running. Been running for a minute. Swapped out the ignition coil. That's what did it. I was checking the ignition switch, so I'll put all that back together. That was not the issue. Check the ECM. As you can see, it's coming up to temperature, so that's good. Anyway, swapped the plugs, put in my backup distributor, so that's working. So anyway, I think we found the culprit. Ignition coil. That's the original 1986 one. So, but maybe I fried it when I cranked it over for a few seconds, but it was unhooked, so I don't know what the issue would have been. Anyway, just put that old ignition coil back in, and it's running. So coming up to temp. Surging a little bit because I had the computer out and kind of wiped out all the memory and everything. Oil pressure's good. Concerned with this ignition switch, so I'm not sure, but it seems to be working. So that's the update, guys. Thank you. All right, guys, so it ran, it came up to temperature, didn't shut off. Still seemed like there was some kind of electrical flickering or something going on, so I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know, may go ahead and put my motorcraft back in since we ruled out that's still working good. This is just a backup one, so I may swap that back out. I just set the timing on that though, but anyway, we'll fire it up again in the morning when it's cold, or maybe later tonight, and we'll see if it's still working well. I did swap the TPS just because I had one. That wasn't the issue. I do have this A9L, but you know, I don't think we're gonna have to do anything with this. Anyway, this one did have one of the traces burned and repaired, so we did get that fixed. Yeah, here's a TPS. Here's the plugs were all fouled out. So anyway, that's looks like the ignition coil somehow got damaged. That was the main issue. Still seems like it's running rough, like there's something again, electrical that's flickering a little bit. But I will have to continue to investigate that, and just hopefully we can have this thing straightened out and running correctly to go to the track on Friday. And then I'm on vacation for a week, so I won't be able to do anything then. Anyway, guys, at least it's running, step in the right direction. It wasn't TFI, it wasn't distributor, it wasn't, I did change out the plugs. When I pulled the one, I wanted to see if I had dropped the distributor in incorrectly. So I pulled the number one plug and put, I have one of these, have one of these little cameras just to make sure we were on see when the piston was coming up and the balancer, timing marks were all set, which they were. That all was good. And then I just said, well, I might as well just redrop this distributor, pull it out, put in the backup one, and go from there. So anyway, that seems to be working. But good to know that this one is not the issue. And I still have the motorcraft. I still have my motorcraft. Let's see. I do have the original motorcraft TFI. And it's good to know that one's not bad, but I got to clean off that thermal paste, and I'll probably reinstall all that. But I don't know, this one's working okay, so that's not the issue. Yeah, fuel pressure is good. That's holding. So looks like the only thing that made a difference was the ignition coil. And even then, but I still think there is some little bad connection somewhere or something. So I'm gonna go over everything, make sure none of the grounds are, all the grounds are tight, make sure nothing's loose, and go from there. All right, guys, thank you.